Welcome to the Church of Thomas, 43010, co-ops. One of the things that I have found very irritating about the recent healthcare debate in the United States is that they're seeing it as an either you don't do anything to regulate the insurance companies who are gouging, or turn it over to the government who spend $80 or $90 for a toilet seat. I think that it's important to understand that the people have an option. It's called a co-op. Now there's different kinds of co-ops. The idea behind a co-op is there is a group of people who all go together for common cause to meet a need. Now it can be a credit union, and frankly I've been a member of a credit union for many years, over 20, and I have been so satisfied with it that anytime somebody needs banking experience and they're complaining about where they have gone, I suggest a credit union. It is possible that they may be a little stricter in giving you a loan, but if you're a member, they will give you a fair shake and a fair interest rate. On top of that, they're not going to have tons of fees added on because they're not answering to shareholders. 90% of the money that is taken in by these big businesses who are not co-op varieties are having money, benefits, dividends that are distributed to people who have bought stocks, common stocks, in these companies. What these people are saying is, we think you have the potential to make a big profit and we want some of it, so we're going to support you in the beginning. That's what stocks are. But the thing is that a credit union doesn't work like that. We elect our own members, we elect our own boards. If we're not happy with the boards, they're not set in stone. We can get rid of them in three years or less. Some of them it's only 2 years. Well, there are other kinds of co-ops. I was in a food co-op one time. It was in Houston, and at the time there was a thing going on in a lot of the grocery stores that was hiking the price of groceries. And there were a lot of people in my neighborhood that were just going, you know, we want to have fresh vegetables and fruit, but we can't afford it because when we go to the store, we never know whether it's going to be $2 a pound or 50 cents a pound. We just don't know. So what we did is we formed a co-op. And basically what we did is there was a rotating group of people through all the members who paid a certain amount as a share. Then, according to that share, this small group that rotated through the co-op would go to the farmer's market, the grocery stores, etc., looking for buys, looking for good bargains. When we would find something, we would buy it. And we would buy enough of it so that every member of the co-op could have 3 or 4 or 5, 10 servings of this vegetable, fruit, whatever. Then we would bring it back, and those people that paid a little bit less but did pay a certain amount would help us set up the bags. And we would say, okay, this is the standard, this is the premium, and this is the bonus premium. And the people who all they did was pay money, they probably only got the regular kind because obviously they didn't have the time to come and help us, but they could still get the benefits of being part of a co-op. We'd put in 2 apples, 4 pears, bunch of grapes, couple of squashes. If we found other things like bananas on sale, we'd put in those. Some people only wanted fruit, some people only wanted vegetables. There was a lot of flexibility in what you could do. And we often saw people who, after they picked up their bag, would go outside in the parking lot and trade with people who said, well, you know, I'm not really all that great with grapes, but do you have any bananas you'd like for some grapes? Then there'd be somebody with kids going, oh yeah, grapes are great, but we don't need all these bananas here. And they'd trade. This kind of trading back and forth and cooperative effort is the basis of a low-cost, economical sharing of responsibilities called a co-op. What they are leaving out of this legislation is appalling. because there is the ability for us to have co-ops, health co-ops, all over the United States. And frankly, they would be answerable to their members. They would be portable, because you could go from co-op to co-op as long as you were a member of a co-op. Since they're planning in this legislation to start penalizing us as soon as the legislation is started if we don't have insurance, without providing an economical alternative besides the government, who's messed up pretty much everything since white bread, then why aren't they considering co-ops? I know why. It doesn't put any money in their pockets because these co-ops aren't formed yet. They're not getting any money from the insurance company on them because it would take business away from them, like the banks don't like credit unions. The banks have tried to reinforce rules on credit unions that the banks have that don't apply because they don't like the extra competition. Well, that's why you're not going to have the donations for campaign contributions and stuff from the insurance companies about this. And the government is always looking to get bigger. It likes bureaucracy. So I think that in the short run, the only way to have a fair that it covers every individual in the United States, because do you know that the legislation that they're trying to pass right now does not cover every single person? It's only covering like 70 or 80%. Now, there are some of those people that are not included that already have great plans. But what if they don't? What if they lose their job? What if they're going to fall through the cracks? We can't allow anybody to fall through the cracks if we're going to have something that we're going to call a universal health coverage. Let's do this right, folks. Let's talk about co-ops. God bless the whole world. No exceptions. Angel Eliza.